Hey everybody, welcome to MoonDog Media Sessions. This is a very special episode. Today we have in the studio, well actually first off, we just got to tell you where we're at. So right now we are at Felicetty Studios, which is where MoonDog Media started. Of course, the amazing Tim Felicetty. This is his dream child, and he brought me in, had a lot of faith, and has put a lot of faith in everything that we're doing. And we got to give a big shout out to him. He's actually hiding behind the camera right now. And you're right. And not only did MoonDog Media start here, but I got a call from this guy. I'd like to introduce Jamie Bailey. And
hi, everybody.
Hey, bud. So we're getting ready to do some really big things. We've already done some pretty big things, but what I want to do is I want to start at the beginning. So why don't you go ahead and just tell the story of basically how you and MoonDog connected.
Oh, it was a dark, dark night. Some friends invited me over to the Palmer at the Klondike Mics, and you're over there doing one of your gigs. I don't even know what the hell you were doing. You're just walking around, and I ended up hearing you talking about how you had Felicetty Studios and you were doing productions. Well, I've been writing lyrics and poetry for damn near all my life. Just way that I've always emotionally released myself, just my creative juices. But I've never really had an opportunity to share them with anybody out of my own personal world. And I heard Mike had a studio, could make music. I got his card. Well, that was October 24th, 2019.
Yeah, you were just telling me earlier how you have that time stamped on your phone.
Yeah,
when you actually first
9 weeks. 9 weeks, and we already got 2 releases.
That's right. Well, we got one for sure that's out already. You can find that on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube. The YouTube on that one, the song's called Thinking, and the YouTube is pretty crazy right now.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing, man. What I thought was going to be like a couple hundred people and a lot of my good friends making fun of me just took off. I mean, to imagine that, like as we're sitting here, so we're almost 38,000. So that means that over 1,000 people a day have looked at that video.
That's true. In a month, 38,000 in a month. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm definitely proud of it. So that song in particular, that first one, and for the viewers who have not had a chance, we're going to be playing that song actually right here on the podcast. But that song, I mean, that was a tough one for you, but it was also really, really close to your heart.
It was very therapeutic. I was going through a hard time in my life. I was going through a breaking up. I mean, breaking up happens to everybody. You know, 2 people decide they're not going to be together anymore, and one person always wants the other one. It's just the way life works, and I was having a hard time accepting it. And it was a song that I had wrote a year ahead of time. I actually wrote that song July 5th of 2019. That was the first time I had it in my phone anyway. I think in my previous phones, I may actually had it before that, because I've noticed these good ones that we keep focusing on are the ones that, as I look through my phone memos, all these voice recordings I got, that they're the ones that I've come back to. Like I started singing it again. So it's like some rhythm or something that was meant to be. It just, you're adding a lyric here, you're adding a lyric there. And, and then I met you guys, and all of a sudden we could apply music to what I was already thinking in my heart, my head. And man, it's been magic. I mean, just the musicians you have around here, Tim, the 2 Gregs. I mean, there isn't a single one of these guys that hasn't done something special and unique to make the songs come alive.
Oh yeah. Well, what is it like? Like, when you first got it going in your head, you've got that tune in your head, but then when you hear the other musicians, what they hear and what they play, what is that like? I mean, is it even close or?
At first it was kind of like a shock, because, you hear music to your song and it's never the way you would imagine it, but I hadn't really imagined anything. So like when Tim started doing his first riffs, I mean, I just kind of had to let it sink in a little bit. Then all of a sudden it just started flowing naturally, that it, and the add-ins, like with Greg and the music and all of it, just everything complemented each other. So it was like you started with the small bit and you just kept adding to make it more and more beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially the case with the new song. I mean, we started off and by the end of it, we had other instruments that we were throwing in there, and we had other elements, and there's a backup singer, awesome
Alice brought character into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brought tambourine.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Which we'll get more into that one here in a little bit. But so as far as Thinking goes, that song, you made your own video for it.
Yep.
Yeah, and you did a great job. You really did a great job. It's a cell phone video, but I mean, damn, the story alone. People are really reacting to this online. The comments, I mean, people are watching it over and over and over again. They're giving you nothing but support. I mean, these are total strangers. These aren't friends. These are people all across the interwebs. And how does that make you feel that song is touching so many people like that?
Well, throughout my life, I've always imagined, daydream about singing and whatnot. But it's like for them to hear what I was feeling, it's a powerful thing. It's like when these guys are making the music for it, they're not just making music, they're making an emotion. It's what they feel. So when they're hearing the song and the lyrics and the words, and I'm sharing my heart with them, they're feeling what's coming out of me. And that brings together a synergy. That's where the magic's at. I mean, they shouldn't be called musicians. They should be called magicians.
Right.
I mean, it was just pretty amazing. And for all these strangers to like it. I mean, I thought maybe a couple hundred people. My good buddies were going to make fun of me. That was the second time you ever had me on a microphone. I'd never even sang on a microphone before. I don't think karaoke when I was a kid counts, and I never actually sang on a microphone. So
I remember that. And I remember that time because, when you're first doing it, when you're first doing a song, you record the raw track, when everybody's got it kind of down and you're all playing it. And I had the microphone set up and I think I sang the first line.
Yep.
And then I was
damn good too.
And then I was like, all right, Jamie, come here. And you gave me this look. It's just like, what? But then, dude, you nailed it, man. You fell right into it. And you take direction amazing, too.
Well, sometimes adrenaline works for you, and singing in front of 4 guys that you've never met before. And they're all basically professional musicians that have been doing this stuff for years. And here you are, hey, man, I got a song. For me, I hear croaking, you guys hear gravel. I mean, it's just, the fact that people are liking my voice is very humbling. It makes me feel good. It's just, because you never hear yourself. It pours out of you. So it's a real good feeling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. So moving forward with thinking, we've got that. We're going to be showing you the video and the master track here. We're going to cut to that here in just a little bit. And then we got something really special we're going to be talking about. And this is an exclusive thing. This is an impromptu shoot that we decided last night at like 9 o'clock at night. We're like, you know what? We're just going to shoot a podcast episode tomorrow.
Not to wait.
Yeah. We finished up a certain portion of the next phase and everybody got super excited. I got super excited, honestly. I'm not even going to lie, man. I had tears last night.
Me too.
And it was the reaction of everybody involved. My first time really doing that. And we'll get into that later.
2 full-grown men crying over art.
Right.
Man, look what we did. Look what we did.
Absolutely. You were talking about adrenaline earlier. And just to give a bit more of a background on Jamie Bailey, the man, you've got some experience with adrenaline. You've got some real experience with the showbiz industry.
Entertainment. Absolutely. Definitely adrenaline junkie throughout most of my life. I would imagine the fear is the thing that attracted me, but everything from boxing to all other forms of entertainment. I won a couple state tough mans up here. I fought in the World Tough Man in 2000. I was a quarterfinalist. I got a fight on and beyond shows like Showtime and FX. FX was one of the main ones back in the 2000 era. Just numerous replays because of the way I'd gotten involved with the audience at the time. It was another one of those things where people kind of measured you by your heart and they paid attention, and it was.
I remember watching that show. That was about the time when FX really launched as its own network, and that was one of their flagship shows. And being a fight fan myself, and I'm pretty sure that I saw you more than once. And
I was a little skinnier back then.
Right, but that smile, man, you can't get rid of that even with a mouth guard in. So,
Thanks.
All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and show y'all the first single. This was released on Thanksgiving Day.
I want to tell everybody I am the stunt driver in that truck. Just letting you know.
Right. That's like my favorite part of the video for sure.
It's my favorite part.
You'll see it here. If you haven't seen it already, you'll see it here. Everybody who ever watches is like, oh, I want to do that.
Of course, the bar scene was pretty good too, with the old drink in the face.
Yeah, right.
Man, did me and Jennifer have such a blast filming that. That was That was the funnest part of that entire video. We were down there for about an hour, and I bet she threw 20 glasses of water in my face before she even hit me with the glass one time. We were just having so much fun. The entire bar was just sitting there watching us laughing, and she was nervous, and it was just such a great time. That was probably the.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there for that. Yeah. I think I was working on your song at that.
We were iPhoning. We did that entire video through an iPhone, which, like Mike said, is very amazing the way it turned out. That's another thing with saying that this song was meant to be, because I ain't never done that stuff before. I ain't never played with my phone and made videos, and the fact that even when we downloaded the last part that we did here at that evening in the here at the Felicetty, I mean, I was within like a half a second of getting my mouth lined up with the words coming out.
It was nuts. It was I think it was your first or second try, and it was like dead on. And I
hit it with my thumb twice. It was perfect.
I was jealous. I'm looking back on, no, there had to be something that did that for you. He's like, no, I just did it.
I don't know how I did it. Don't ask me to do it again. Don't ask me to undo it. I don't know what I did. But
well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is our great pleasure to show you the first release, this song by Jamie Bailey called Thinkin'. We'll be right back.
I've been thinking about me. I've been thinking about we, how it all used to be. I've been thinking about I and the things I done wrong, how I was weak when I should have been strong. About the pain of when you went away, how on that day my life was never the same. Thinking about me, I've been thinking about we and how it needs to be. I've been thinking about how to let you know you are the one I should have never let go. Till the end of all time, my heart is yours. I hope your love is still mine. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about me. I've been thinking about we and how it's all gonna be. I want to show you my love and how it is real, how no other heart could ever steal. If you feel the same, please show me a sign. Show me forever that you wanna be mine. I've been thinking about you. You've been thinking about me. thinking about we, how we're gonna be. I've been thinking about how I did it all wrong, how I was weak, but baby now I am strong. You feel the same. Baby, take my hand. You and I, we will make a stand forevermore, till the end of all time. My heart is yours. Say your love is all mine.
All right, everybody, welcome back. As you just saw, that was the first release, Thinking, with the music video done by Jamie Bailey himself on his iPhone, and that's the one that's getting close to hit 40,000 here very, very soon. And take a moment, dry your eyes. But I do got to give a big shout out right now to one of our sponsors. This guy is absolutely amazing. Grizzly Cab out in the valley. Big guy Grizz. If you know him, you'll love him. He's absolutely amazing. He's an independent outfit. He and his wife, they do the business all on their own. And he's helped me out a whole bunch of times. You call Grizz, he's going to get you wherever you need to go. And he's a joy to be around. He really is. And he's got some amazing stories. So it's Grizzly Cab out in the valley. Make sure you check him out. If you're going to go out and have some fun, make sure you got his number in your phone for sure. You call, they haul. Grizzly Cab. And now that bill's been paid. So we just saw that music video. That was your first release. It's been not quite a month.
Yeah.
And it was what, the next day, I think, after we released that, or the next couple days, where immediately we were working on the next. Well, actually, you were already working on the next one.
Well, actually, I was working on a couple of them, and we showed up on Sunday. I'm expecting this other song that we were working on, and Tim and the Gregs were already jamming out to this other one, which in the lieu of my personal life and non-relationship status, I don't know how to word it, just was so befitting. I mean, when you go through the stages of grief of where you're at, and you would say that song was kind of my bargaining transition, because I mean, I made that song because I loved her. I mean, I totally love this woman, but as in with all relationships, it takes two, and that woman has plenty of reasons to do whatever she did, and the song isn't for her anymore. It's for everyone. It's for everyone that's going through that. But of course, you got to respect when somebody doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, and you gotta have an understanding. You just gotta let it go. It doesn't matter how you feel inside. It's you have to respect the other person. If you truly love them, you respect him and you let them go. That's the only way you can do it. So that's where this next song was so awesome, because Tim said, "Man, I hear it. It's a Bo Diddley." What the hell's a Bo Diddley? Whoa, man! And he just started jamming out. Well, I was unprepared. I was ready for these other songs, so I had my lyrics all nice. And if you guys ever see my handwriting, 5th grade hieroglyphics, it ain't so hot. But I draw more pictures than words. But regardless, I run to the back while they're jamming, trying to make my lyrics with a magic marker. We come out here and rip it, and then it was just magic the first night already. I mean, we just kept adding on to it since then. Changed the lyrics around a little bit. I'd found out that, the person was already seeing somebody else, which is respectable. It's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Went on about her business. So it's time for me to get into the acceptance part of my stages of grief. And, I think we accepted it fully. And,
the first.
Started changing the lyrics a little bit. It comes out a little harsher than it meant to be, but I think it's right on the money for anybody. That's
it's a good fun.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a great song, and it
comes from the heart too. All those lyrics were written during very heartfelt times in my life. And I say we changed it a little bit because the way nature develops is just the way it evolved. But and then getting Alice Smith involved And her tambourine and her character. If you ever meet this lady, she is a rocker. She will be a rocker to her last breath. And the energy she brought to us just that one night changed the song.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, you had a little Alice in there. That's all right. That's all right, you know? And of course, and then Tim started coming up with, I didn't know what Crybaby was for a guitar. But,
that was nuts, though.
That was insane. I never heard like liquid music. It's just pure emotion.
Because it was the last thing that we really recorded on the song was the lead guitar part. And we, all of us were just kind of like, well, what are we going to do?
It's missing something. It's missing something.
Yeah. I remember I stepped
Not
out
anymore.
for a break. I stepped out for a break outside, and he was just messing around on his guitar, and I just heard something, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I ran back inside, and I was like, Tim, do that again. I'm recording it. And it was that Crybaby, the pedal.
Well, I never heard it before. I never recognized it. I'm sure it's in plenty of other music, but I never recognized it until hearing it live right beside you. It's like you could feel it talking to you.
And it changed the entire dynamic of the song, too.
Absolutely.
It really did. Kind of it routed it all out. And then, of course, he had to do it over and over and over again.
Yep.
That was fun. So I got to tell people about this right now. So you went all out when it was time for the video. I mean, why don't you tell them? So you own your own excavation company.
Big Country Excavating.
Big Country Excavating. And you got this massive shop.
5,000 square feet, yeah.
Yeah. And when you guys have a chance to see the video, you're going to see how just crazy this was.
So much about all of this was so meant to be. The stage platform was left by a renter that just abandoned it. So I already had all the materials there for the stage. All it took was just some elbow grease and some hard work. And man, we had that shop cleaned up and ready for a party. We had a great barbecue. A good friend of mine, Joseph Shepard, bought some moose meat.
Right, the moose steaks.
It was the most pure Alaskan gathering you could be. And it was spread out in such a big shop. It was COVID friendly, for this time and age. And it was just really a beautiful thing.
And you had of course those awesome dancers too.
My dancers.
They created a dance. They created a line dance just for this song, and they're featured in the video as well. Yeah.
Her and her daughter showed up in my office, and actually her and two of her other daughters started playing the song, and they just started dancing. Put it together. They changed it up a little bit. We got it where the dancers were changing direction, facing each other. I think if who knows where this song is going to go, but if it does hit the mainstream and people really accept it, it's going to be a dance everybody can do it. Maybe not me, but everybody else can do it.
And we have some amazing people involved as well in this shoot. Of course, I have to give a huge shout out to a man that I respect so much. He's the one that got me back into writing and into film and everything. And it kind of blew my mind because we both knew this guy, but we didn't even realize that we were involved in a project before because of him. Dean Q. Mitchell. Dean Mitchell, yes, absolutely. He's
Dean
of course,
Q.
he's one of the Quake brothers who they created the amazing film Proper Binge, which is currently, I believe, out for distribution, starring Bradford Jackson. It's an amazing film. It was an honor for me to work on it. I am in it. See if you can spot me when you watch it. Can't really forget me though, but anyway. But Dean Mitchell, we get a hold of him. We were just driving into the studio, and we were on. He produced a commercial.
Couple commercials.
Well, the one that we were both in, and we didn't even know we were both in it because we shot on different days.
Yeah.
And that's when I called him up. I mean, he jumped right on board, and it's nuts because this is, and you call it a matter of opinion if you want, but I call it fact. Dean Mitchell is probably one of the premier Alaskan filmmakers. And we got the equipment from Mad Men Studios. Great people down there. That's where we usually shoot the podcast. So we had state-of-the-art equipment. We had the lighting. We had Dean Mitchell. We had the amazing band, of course, Tim and the Gregs. We also had some special guests, which those fans of music here in Alaska, they're going to be able to spot them. Guys like Larry Stokes is in the background there. Tyrone Palmer is in there. Ronnie Felicetty, which you can't miss him. I mean, he's a character in himself.
What a rocker.
Yeah, Tyson Cole was down there as well. Am I missing anybody? Oh, of course, Will. What's Will's last name?
Starnes.
Will Starnes. Oh, and of course we had Will Starnes as well, which that guy, man, he can wail.
What a voice.
Right? And we were taking
I
breaks.
would be able to speak for a week.
Right? And every time we take a shooting break, these musicians would just come up on stage and they just started playing their songs. And then I'd be like, all right, we got to get back to work. And then by the end of it, I think we went for like another 3 hours after the shoot was done of just musicians.
Just jamming out.
It was a beautiful stage, man, I got to say.
And, you know, it's kind of intimidating when you're going to be singing around professional singers that have been, like, say, rocking out for years. And these guys were so supportive. I mean, man, they made you feel like $1 million before you ever showed up. I mean, just they showed up here at Felicetty Studios, helped us load up all the equipment, used my travel trailer together, helped us set it up. I mean, yeah, you know, to feel all this community gathered together. And you know, of course, we're working on a project together. It's there's no way a single person can do any of this.
Exactly. And that's what MoonDog Media is all about. Like I explained to you when you were first asking, you know, how we do this stuff. MoonDog Media is we're more like a co-op than anything else, because if we got a project like you came to me as a client. So I find the people who can make that happen. We throw it all together, and now we're making magic. And yeah, this video, I got to say, this is, you were here the whole day. This is a lot of firsts for you, but it's also a lot of firsts for me. So working in film and everything, I've been standing behind editors for a while. So basically I say, you know, well, this is what we want to see. And then the editor knows how to make that happen. Well, we got a new machine here at the studio. And yeah, and it's a Mac. And I'm not dissing Mac. I'm actually starting to fall in love with it a little bit, but I'd never really used them before. And so in less than 48 hours, I had to learn how to use a Mac, I had to learn how to properly edit. And I'm going to say this right now. I call it University, otherwise known as YouTube. And this edit was thrown together. This edit was thrown together in less than 48 hours. And like I said earlier, man, I looked over at Jamie and he was getting a little bit misty, and then I made me get a little bit misty, and it just immediately got us so excited to where now we're here, and we got a very, very, very special, just for you guys. We're going to be premiering the new music video for the song Everything right here for you guys here in just a little bit. You're going to get a special look at it. And I just want to say that I really feel honored in being a part of this. You make me feel so amazing. You really do.
You are amazing.
Yeah. It feels, you know, you have a way of just boosting everybody up. And,
I told you I'm a pusher.
Yes. Oh, he
we
is.
get it done. That's the motto of my big
pusher,
country.
yes.
We get it done. Doesn't matter what it is. If we're in, we're in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys are all in.
You got so much passion for what you're doing here. I mean, it blows me away. We would not be where we are right now if you hadn't got involved, Jamie. I mean, really.
We together can do anything.
We together can do absolutely anything. Yeah. All right. So what do you got? We already started working on a new song. So this will be your third song that we're recording. And yesterday, yesterday and Sunday, because we're filming this on a Tuesday, in case you're trying to keep track. While I was back there doing the editing thing, trying to get the video done, well, you and Tim were sitting out here and you were
just jamming under.
You were jamming.
Yeah. It was awesome. It's awesome. And the way he's playing the guitar for the next one that we're going to try to bring out, just listening to the guitar makes you want to cry. So it's going to be a tearjerker. I mean, it's very heartfelt. This is actually a song I wrote in March of this last year when everything was in just perfect harmony in my life. And I just sang how I felt, just left the house one day, headed to work, and it was raining outside, and it just poured out. Just the lyrics, just telling the truth. Mm. You know, when the truth comes out of you, everybody recognizes it. Absolutely.
And seeing the lyrics myself, and then hearing you, because this is what Jamie does when he has a song, is he records himself in his truck
or backhoe
or anywhere,
or shoveling or walking.
He records a song and then he texts it to me, and then we go from there. So I remember the first time that I heard the song, I was actually sitting in the truck with you, and even in the first line, I immediately realized that this is going to be a great song. It's really
came
beautiful.
from a good place in my heart. It was happiness. It was pure love. I mean, when you're like I say, when the truth comes out of you, everyone recognizes it, and yeah, it's just so powerful with the voice because you feel it. You know, it's just.
And now
when
you're
you
starting
mean it,
to
you
hear
feel it.
now you're starting to hear the music that's going to accompany it, and
That's beautiful.
we've been looking for a piano.
We do need a pianist.
Yeah, so we're going to have a pianist.
Pianist.
Yes, we have to pronounce
Piano
that correctly.
player.
A piano player. There we
We
go.
should leave this in here. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's staying in. But I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be. I mean, it's going to be one of those hit you right in the heart, you know, and this type of stuff that you just want to send on Valentine's Day to the person you love. And
I'm pretty ADHD. I can't help it. Even while we're making the songs, I'm thinking about the next 2 or 3 that we're going to come out with.
Right.
And I was letting Tim listen to the next one that after that, and it's a more of a rock and roll kind of bring it up and living good with it kind of song. And,
oh yeah,
you know, it's not all going to be all love songs and down songs. We want to rock out. We want to, you know, do some boot scoot. We want to,
absolutely,
you know, hardworking Alaskan people just, you know,
for sure.
something you can move to, something that moves you.
Speaking of moving, this, of course, the one that we're going to be premiering for you guys right now, Everything. That's a moving song.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody there, even if they weren't a part of the video, they're just in the background, just like, yeah, they're going with the groove on that, which we hope that it has the same effect for you guys, because we needed to make this go viral. We need to blow it up. We need to make sure that artists like Jamie Bailey, Alaskan artists that are going out there doing what they love and making sure that they can share it with the people out there. We need to keep that going. That's what MoonDog Setionz is all about. And also it's about showing off the great stuff that we can do. And with that, I think it's time, Jamie. I think should we show them?
So be it.
So be it.
So be it.
Right now, we're going to go ahead and show you all the debut release of the new music video for the song Everything by Jamie Bailey.
Thank you.
Well, I used to think you were a friend of mine. Then people come around and they change your mind. They use the things buried in my past, making sure our love don't last. But baby, you are my everything. You are my everything. So tell me why. Well, I have rose and I have fell. Can't really say that I've lived very well. Rise up now and take this hand of mine. Tell me you'll give it just one last try. 'Cause baby, you are my everything. You are my everything. So tell me why. Round and round this world still goes. I'll do anything to make you love me so. How do you prove a simple love? You just keep trying and you don't give up. 'Cause baby, you are my everything. You are my everything. Please tell me why. Pushed me away when I was reaching out, and you wouldn't hear me when I spoke it out loud. But the whole world feels me when I scream and shout. Come on, baby, how you like me now? 'Cause baby, you were my everything. You were my everything. Time to say goodbye. found out you're a waste of my time.
All right, there you have it, folks. The debut release, the
That's some
premiere.
good shit.
It turned out pretty crazy. I was talking about Dean, before the video, and last night I sent it to him because initially I was just going to throw the cuts together and then send it to him and just have him do all that, but we got this time crunch, and I was like, well, if I'm here, I might as well just try it, and then that's what turned out. And Dean messaged me like right after. He says, dude, I wouldn't have done really anything different.
Yeah, when it's right, it's right.
Yeah,
And
so
it happens.
That meant a lot to me too. But this song was a lot of fun. I do got to say, this is.
Yeah, no matter what happens, if everything flopped tomorrow and nobody watched another stupid episode, we've had so much fun. The memory's going to last for the rest of my life. I'm 47 years old. Who'd ever thought, I should jump into the music business? That shit don't happen. But it's been an adventure.
Absolutely.
And what I needed is just,
And like you're always telling me, I mean, it's every time we do something, every step that we take further into this, it just makes it feel like we can do absolutely anything, and
Right.
and it's every time that I'm like, oh, I got a Jamie day, okay,
well,
got to prepare because I know I'm
do
gonna,
something.
right?
Not to think about it. I'm going to try. No, you're going to do something.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're going to start your own business, you're going to make a music video. It doesn't matter what you go about in life. If you don't do it, it ain't going to happen. Because a man without direction goes nowhere.
Absolutely. You told me that a few times. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's decide. Let's make it happen.
Well, we've definitely got a direction going. You've got a direction going. That's straight up to the top.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Of course, we got to give a big shout out right now to one of our sponsors, New You Magic Skin Conditioner and Repair. I'm telling you guys right now, if you have not checked this out, you need to. This is an absolutely amazing product. It's all made by hand right here in Alaska. And I've seen this stuff work on rosacea. I've seen, we got a 2-year-old girl whose mom got her this stuff, who was covered, red all the time. And within, I think it was 2 days, you couldn't even tell. We got amputees that are using it for the skin grafts to make the skin softer. It's all natural. It's all made right here in Alaska. Check it out. It's newumagic.net, and we're going to go ahead and play an advertisement for them here also during the podcast. But jumping back into it, what are we doing next, Jamie? We got this new song that we're putting together, but is there anything else that you wanted to talk about as far as where we're going?
I just wonder how many people out there heard that song and couldn't help but start moving.
Right.
I mean, if you liked it, share it. I mean, that's the only way it became another one. You can't consider it viral. It's not a million hits or nothing yet, but for a local boy, man, who's ever going to expect 40,000 people to like a video I made with my iPhone over some girl I was all heartbroken about it. It's over, but it's on to bigger and better things. It's just a stepping stone in the right direction. So we're going to fly just as far as we can go. And I got a lot of songs locked up in my phone there with Tim at Arsenal and creating stuff with me and MoonDog to produce it. Is there really anything we can't do?
Absolutely.
I don't even count the two Gregs because you guys have not had a chance to meet these personalities. Both of them are just amazing. Greg White, I love the man. He got history. He is rock and roll history.
He is.
You meet this man, you look from his feet up to his head, he's rock and roll, baby. He's right there. And
of course,
drummer
he was
Greg,
playing bass in the video and looking.
oh yeah,
damn good doing it too.
I cannot feel that, man. Just listen to the bass just come out of him. I mean, it just makes you stop and stare. And Greg with the drums, the man's a perfectionist.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely.
He hears things that I've been running equipment my whole life. You ain't gonna talk to me about, did you hear that? Probably not. But I mean, he came in here, 2 different times to make sure his drums were absolutely perfect.
Oh yeah, and he's sitting there playing. What was it? That song was at 110. There's about 110 beats per minute, and he's playing triples, and he knows exactly the hit that he missed. He'll be like, "Nope, right there. I got to do that part again."
Stop,
okay.
throw the sticks. No,
All right. Don't run it again. But that perfectionism. I mean, that's a love for what you're doing, and he knows
love for what you're doing.
He's got respect for your song and for what you're doing, and giving him the opportunity as well. And it's just a big circle of respect that we have around here.
Well, we all created it. It wasn't just all I had was words. Without you guys, we don't have music. Without
True.
you, we don't have production. We don't have finalize, actualize. That's where it's at.
Together we rise.
Together we rise.
That's right.
Right on.
Well, with that, I think I'd love to thank you, of course, Jamie, for coming on the podcast. This is actually probably going to end up being the first. It will. This is going to be. We've shot 2 other episodes now down at Madman Studios. So look out for those. Make sure that you like, subscribe. We've got amazing things that are happening right now. The next episode that y'all are going to see is going to be featuring Dee, the lyricist, who has been doing hip hop here in Alaska for 20 years now. And he's an absolutely amazing artist. He's family to me. I've worked with him quite a bit. I think the first time that I worked with him was in, like 2009, something like that. He was my first sound gig, actually. Before that, I was a karaoke guy. And they're like, oh, well, you can run a board. So therefore, boom, go for it. So make sure you tune in for that. We will have that on here soon. We have a singer-songwriter showcase episode that's going to be coming out after that as well. And we will be shooting weekly podcasts for MoonDog Setionz, which is a format that is meant to not only highlight the artists here in Alaska, but it's also meant to really help them out, because 2020 is tough on everybody, and I do not want it to try and minimize anything at all. But one thing that, unless you're in the industry, that you don't realize is when they shut everything down, all of these musicians, many of which their full-time job is performing, well, they were out of work. And so what we do on every one of these is we make sure that we have a Venmo or a Cash App or a link directly for the artists on every episode, to where you can show your appreciation as a fan, and you can go ahead and give them your payment, your thank you, directly to them. MoonDog Media does not touch any of it. It goes straight to the artist. So make sure you tune in for that. The show is MoonDog Setionz. My name is Michael B. Dillon. This is Jamie Bailey.
I'm going to add another thing to that.
Go for it.
He keeps talking about Alaska. We are Alaska-based. We are all about home.
Absolutely.
All of our videos, anything that I create, anything that I'm going to be involved with, is going to be the real Alaska. From Tim and his moon boots to friggin' an excavator in the shop. Man, it's all Alaska, baby. This is as real as it gets.
Absolutely.
This is from the heart and as pure as it's ever going to be. All about Alaska.
Like we were saying in the truck on the way here, we're just going to create a new genre. This is,
Alaska music.
Alaska music. Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff.
Absolutely. Well, Jamie, thank you very much for coming on. Once again, my name is Michael B. Dillon, MoonDog Media Setionz, shooting right now at Felicetty Studios, where MoonDog Media all got started because of the amazing Tim Felicetty, who's operating that camera for us tonight. Hope you all are having a great one. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay shining.
MoonDog!
Damn, Jamie.
You good.
Oh, no, I'm leaving that in.
All right, good. I like it. Sounds natural, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.